I recently said that not every connection is meant to stay. And I've been living that lesson very loudly the last few days. I have been holding on to something for longer than I care to admit. Not because of what was actually happening, but because of what was said to me. I was holding on to his words. I was holding on to what I intuitively felt when we were together. But I wasn't holding the entire picture. If I'm honest with myself, there were so many red flags. It was like a walking red flag. There were inconsistencies. There were moments where I was not being met. I wasn't being appreciated or respected in the way I deserved. And instead of accepting what was in front of me, I created this fantasy about what we could be together. I saw this person's potential, and that potential lived in the back of my mind for an extremely long time, at least in my concept of time. It was almost like, when I'm ready, this person will be ready too. But that's not how this works. Everyone is on their own timeline. Everyone is on their own path. And the potential of an individual is not the same thing as the reality of that person. I think something that's super important to say is that, especially if you are in this space, this is a learning process. We don't just wake up one day and magically detach from somebody. We have emotions involved. If you're beating yourself up for not releasing fast enough, it's just another layer of our self-abandonment. And I have been doing that a lot. I thought that this was a twin flame. And maybe it was. Maybe it was also a karmic. It could have been a karmic instead. Or maybe it was just a soul tie that meant to activate me in whatever way it was supposed to. I don't actually know. I honestly don't think I will ever know. And maybe my human brain isn't supposed to fully know that. What I do know is that waiting for closure from someone who is not participating keeps you energetically tied to a version of reality that isn't here. That's not my reality. Closure is not always something that we receive. In my example, I was pretty much ghosted. I reached out, got nothing in return. Sometimes it's something that we decide, not because we have all the answers, but because we finally choose to see the whole picture, not just the potential of a particular person. And that's ultimately where we get our freedom.